airplane mode.
Te lo puedes meter, pero...
Hi you guys, welcome to this week's vlog. Welcome to my first official vacation of the year. I am so excited. I've obviously traveled a lot this year, both for work and then being in a long distance relationship, but those are always like weekend long trips, you know, like I haven't had like a week off from work. So I am so excited, and I'm also really excited because we're back home in Colombia. We're in Cartagena, more specifically in Punta Iguana, which is like, think of it as like a country club, but like beachy. And we basically grew up here. We would come every single time there was like a long weekend growing up and when we lived in Colombia. So this is a place that's like full of childhood memories, and it's honestly such a beautiful and wonderful place. As soon as we got here yesterday, all of like the staff, so like the waiters and the manager, I mean, they saw us growing up. Like they met me when I was in diapers. So seeing us, I think the last time we were here was like 6 years ago. So they were so excited to see us. We were so excited to see them. They haven't changed. Like they still look the same, which is crazy. And yeah, so we're gonna be here for 3 days in Punta Iguana, which is the country club. And then we're gonna go to Cartagena for another few days. It's also my mom's birthday. So it's kind of like a trip related to her birthday. But this is where we're at. It's my first holiday of the year. So I'm so excited. I'm also really excited because it's sunny. Yesterday was kind of gloomy and it said it was gonna rain, but I'm gonna take advantage of tanning and things like that. I still have to do work. I have a meeting. Hola, buenos días. I have a meeting later today, but I'm gonna have breakfast right now.
Big book. I told Anna, I was like, girl, What is that?
Good morning, you guys. It's the next day. Woke up in paradise again. We just had breakfast. It was really yummy. I've been like loading on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like by the time I go to bed, I'm so bloated because I've been eating so much here. It's actually ridiculous, but I'm so happy because the food is so good, and like I don't come here often. You know, it's like when I went to Japan, I had to eat as much as possible because then, you know, I don't know when I'm gonna go back to Japan. Same thing here. I don't know when I'm gonna come back here, and I need to enjoy every second and every meal and eat as many things as I can. So that's been so nice. But we booked massages this morning. We had massages yesterday too, and then we booked massages for today as well. She's so good. Like the masseuse is insane. She uses like a bunch of tools. It's not just like her with her hands in oil. She's doing like tools and you know those like little suction cuppies that people do that then their backs look like pepperoni. She doesn't leave the like print on you. She just like uses that and cold and heat and oh, they're so good. So we had to get massages this morning again. My whole family just went for massages and now it's my turn in a little bit. I'm gonna get the massages and then just chill by the pool, the beach. I want to get more of my tan in. It's like it was supposed to be raining a lot. Oh my god, there's an iguana over there. The iguanas here are huge, by the way, but it was supposed to be raining. It's been raining like at night, not during the day, which is great. Right now the UV is insane. Like I feel like I'm getting a tan right now, so I'm gonna take advantage of that in a little bit. And what else? I think we're gonna go to Cholon today, which is an island nearby. We used to go there a lot when we were kids. We had a boat growing up here in Cartagena. We had like a family yacht and we used to go there a lot for like jet skis and things like that. So I think we're gonna go there today after a meeting that I have. I have a meeting with my dad later at 2:30 and then we're gonna go there, chill for the day, and that's it. The days are pretty chill here. It's really whatever you want to do. I think I also want to go kayaking at some point. But yeah, that's today. Hi you guys, I have not vlogged in a few days actually, and I'm in Bogota. I'm not even in Cartagena. Hold on, I need to leave because otherwise this background music is gonna get me copyrighted. One sec. So basically, as you guys know, we were on holiday in Cartagena in like Punta Iguana, which is a little island right next to Cartagena. And from the first day of the trip, my mom was feeling really sick. She had like a really bad tummy ache. And then that was Monday, like the day that we got there. By Wednesday, she was like dying. She was like, I can't take this anymore. Let's go to a hospital. So we had to get a boat last minute because we were like on a little island, get a boat last minute, go to Cartagena. And the hospitals there are good, but like not as good. Like we went to the hospital and they had her there for like a few hours, maybe like 6 hours, and like still hadn't done her tests. So my dad was like, we're going back to Bogota. Like we're gonna fly to Bogota. This is where I'm originally from, by the way, if you're new here. I'm from Bogota, from Colombia. So and my dad's a doctor here, so like he called all of his friends. We hopped on the first flight, which was like at 4 a.m. Came here. Keep in mind, like Bogota is really cold and Cartagena is obviously like really warm, tropical. So we like flew in shorts and like we don't have any clothes. We're like scavenging through my closet to see like what we wear. But basically, as soon as we got here, because we took our flight at 4 a.m., we got here at like 7 a.m. ish. We went straight to the hospital. She was there all day long. Like our mom was there all day long. And then around like 8 p.m. or something like that, they found out that she had appendicitis. So she had to go in for surgery, and that was that. So that's why I stopped vlogging the last 2 days, which was just us like at the hospital trying to figure things out, trying to find out like what she had, and traveling like to get her to like the best hospital and things like that. So yeah, so I stopped vlogging. Obviously now we're in Bogota, home, like in my childhood home, which is always nice to come to. And that's that. We have like 2 more days left of the trip that sort of got like mixed around. But today's my mom's birthday, which was the main reason for the trip. It was my first holiday of the year, but it was also like because it was her birthday. So we're celebrating her today. She is a queen. She's a diva. I love it. She's iconic. She literally got surgery yesterday, and today she like called people, like hired people to do her hair and her makeup. She was like, I'm not gonna look bad on my birthday. It's also a special big birthday, so my uncle and my aunt are coming tonight for dinner. My grandma also flew. She lives in a different city here in Colombia. She flew in to like help us take care of my mom and things like that. So yeah, so that's basically what we've been up to the last few days and why I haven't been vlogging. But now that she's feeling a lot better in the sense that like, you know, she's just like recovering now, and it's her birthday, I wanted to like keep vlogging the rest of the trip and whatever it is that we do. So for tonight, I already set up everything with Maria and my dad. We like blew up balloons this morning at 6 a.m. and we got the table ready for like dinner tonight. We got catering, we got cake, candles, the whole shebang, because we had everything ready for like Cartagena, and then like last minute we came to Bogota and I was like, oh my god, we need to figure things out here. So we did that, and I think it turned out really cute. We did like a colorful theme, like rainbow, really happy and vibrant. So that's that. We're like waiting for my uncle and my aunt to come. I think they come in like 2 hours, and we'll have dinner, sing her happy birthday. Just honestly, we can't do anything crazy because of, you know, she's recovering. It still really hurts, obviously, but yeah, that's what we've been up to the last few days. So welcome to like second part of this holiday trip that had all of those crazy things going on. But the most important part is that she's okay, everything's fine, and we're trying to make the best and the most out of her birthday. So that's that. Happy birthday, Mom. And I'll keep vlogging now. I'll keep vlogging the last 2 days because we leave on Monday. So that's that, you guys. This is the very last minute outfit for my mom's birthday. These are her pants, actually, that I stole from her closet. We still have a lot of like clothes here. We usually keep a lot of like winter clothes and things like that here that we don't really use anymore, but we like just keep just in case, which is like, this was the perfect just in case. I packed this top for Cartagena, and then I just matched it with like these little flowy pants. So that's tonight's look for Mom's birthday. La trattoria.
I don't know what to do. I think he's just. I had an exam tomorrow, just and like freaking out. We broke up. I'm pretty sure she was talking shit about me. I honestly don't want to do from my bed today. But they make fun of me. I wish I could go back in time and change things. And yeah, that's what I would do. Just don't quote me on that.
What a crazy trip, you guys, huh? It was actually crazy, but we're back with the advice segment. There was no advice segment last week just because of traveling and everything. I was in Cartagena as I was uploading last week's episode. Couldn't film the advice segment, obviously, with like being at the hospital and things like that because of my mom, but back home, back in Miami, just got out of the shower, first day at work back. So I'm really excited for this week's advice segment. If you're new here, at the end of each vlog, we do a little just chit chat, give girl advice and things like advice from experience and things that like I went through and that I've learned as I've grown up through my teenage years, but things that I'm learning every day now as I'm a young adult in my 20s exploring life. And this week's episode is for one of my categories that I hold dearest to my heart, which is handle with care. And if you've been here before, you know this, but this is the category where we talk about body image and our relationships with our bodies and with ourselves. This is something that I struggled with a lot growing up as a teenager. Like I had body issues from, I don't know, I got my period at 12. So like from 14 to like 19, pretty much all of my adolescence, struggled a lot with feeling good in my own skin, went through a lot of hardships because of it. And I pretty much thought that I had learned everything about body image because of all of the things that I went through. And most of the advice that I give you guys, it's from things that I learned as I was struggling. And now that I look back on it, But I recently like learned something new, and I thought that I had already learned everything that I had to learn about body image and how to like what struggling with it looks like, how recovery looks like, how to have a better relationship with yourself, how to feel confident. And it's a day-to-day struggle. Nobody ever feels 100% really good with themselves all the time. You can get to a really good point where you feel really good with yourself most of the times, but there's some days when you're on your period and you're bloated, or like you just don't feel that good that morning. You have a breakout and you want to cover up yourself with makeup. Like, those days happen, and that's a normal part of life. You're never gonna feel like perfect 24/7, 365 days a year for the rest of your life, but you can get to a point where you don't let those things affect you, and you still know that you're a badass and that you look really good regardless of being bloated, having a breakout, whatever it may be. And something that I've like really realized recently and learned that I want to share with you guys that like makes a lot of sense now when I look back is that I've been like, now that I see girls on social media, which is something that we've talked a lot about because I think a lot of times our insecurities come from comparison. There is just that natural, like, I feel bad with myself because that's what I think. And then there's also the I feel bad with myself because this other person looks better than me and because I wish I looked this way, that this person looks like. And like the comparison aspect is huge, huge, huge when it comes to feeling good about yourself and having confidence. And recently when I scroll through TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and I see girls' bodies, and this is like not to shame anybody, but this is just what I've experienced recently. Anytime that I see a girl that's like super, super, super skinny, which is totally fine as long as like you're being healthy about it and like you're just naturally skinny. Come on, there's people, like I have friends who like could eat a pint of Nutella for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day and still look like stick figures. Just God has favorites, like that's just their body type, that's just their metabolism, and that's fine. But when I see girls like that recently, I'm like, she looks good, but like not my favorite, like I don't have that like urge to be like, I want to look like that or like think she's skinnier. I should, I'm just like, okay, whatever, don't think much about it. Don't think, whatever. And then when I see girls, for example, like recently I've been obsessed with Tate McRae and her body. I love Tate McRae's body. Okay. Like I am obsessed with her body, and she is what 14-year-old me would have considered a thicker, bigger girl. Like she's super toned and super fit. Like she works out a lot. So like she has abs and she has a really nice butt, but she's not like super, super slim, like she's super toned. She's not slim. She's got her curves. She's got a really nice butt. She has like wider arms. Like she's a thicker, curvier girl, and I love her body. I am obsessed with it. I think that's the new like body type I'm obsessed with, if you will. Not that I compare myself to anybody's body type, but like every time that I see a girl that has that like similar body type of like the curvier hips and wider hips, big butt, thicker thighs, thicker arms, toned abs, I'm like, holy crap, they look so good. And that's what's made me realize that perspective, and here's the message, here's my piece of advice for you guys, perspective will play the biggest role. If you're somebody who struggles with comparison, perspective will play the biggest role in how you feel about yourself and what you consider to be the ideal body type. Because like I said, 14-year-old me would have never wanted to have Tate McRae's body and like would have never liked being curvier and thicker and wider. She wanted to be super, super, super skinny. Hence everything that I did to myself to look that way. I got to look that way. And now when I look back at pictures and videos of myself being super, super skinny, I'm like, I didn't even look good. Like, I didn't even look good. Like my face was super, like sucked in. It didn't have any shape to it. I didn't have a butt. Like I lost my butt. I looked just so, like my arms looked like stick figures, super like, like there was nothing going on to me. I just looked really, really skinny, like a stick figure, literally. And I look back at those videos and I'm like, girl, you did not look good there. And obviously when I looked that way, I thought I looked so good. because I had finally accomplished the really, really skinny body that I wanted. And I looked so good and I felt great and I felt awesome and I felt super happy that I finally got there, even though obviously I did it and went about it in like an unhealthy way. But like I was, so happy that I got there. Now that I've gained weight since then, I look back at it and I'm like, no, you did not look good. And now I prefer other body types. And that to me was just mind blowing because it was like, wow, perspective really is the biggest thing that will affect you and how you feel about yourself if you're like the type of person that compares yourself. And I was the type of person that compared myself. Like, I'm not shaming anybody or any body type as I'm saying this. I'm just using that story as an example to show you my shift in perspective, my shift in what I consider to be a really good looking body and a body that I think looks really good and like really hot and really sexy and really beautiful. It has changed. It has changed a lot. And I just like, if I would have thought that that body type looked good when I was 14, when I had that body type before I went through all of my ED journey, I probably wouldn't have gone through my ED journey because I would have been really happy with how I looked because I had that body. Instead, I tried to turn my body into this, what I considered to be the ideal body. And obviously I went about it in a healthy way, but it's because I idolized this one body type. So my advice to you is if you compare yourself a lot and because of your comparison, you're going about your body and going about the way you feel about yourself in an unhealthy way and you're struggling because you don't feel good because you don't have that body and that's the body that you would love to have because you think it's like the ideal body, try changing your perspective. Try looking at other body types and body types closer to yours and learn to find them beautiful. Because each body type is so, so, so beautiful. It's really just in the person that's admiring it. And that's like, I did a video about this a really long time ago. I wasn't planning on like going this direction in this episode and bringing back like old episodes, but I made an episode. I think it was like 2023. It was a while ago, December 2023, I think. And I was talking about how it like perspective is just, and beauty is really perspective. And it's like based on the eyes of the person watching it. It's like, think of a painting, like it's the same painting, but I could think it's beautiful and you could think that it's not beautiful, but it's the same painting. Like the painting's the same. It just depends on the person that's viewing it, whether they decide that it's beautiful or not. There's so many people that love the Mona Lisa, and there's a lot of people that hate the Mona Lisa, and that they don't think the Mona Lisa is a great painting, and there's some people that think it's the best painting in the world. It really just depends on perspective, and that the same like logic applies to your body. So try to admire bodies that are similar to yours, because when you learn to admire bodies that are similar to yours, you're going to learn to admire yours. You're going to start finding the beauty in your body type, which is so, so beautiful. Every single body type is so perfect the way that it is and so beautiful the way that it is. You're just not appreciating it. You're just not seeing it that way. If you're struggling with body image, it's because you haven't learned to love your body. You haven't learned to appreciate your body. You haven't been taught to look at yourself in the mirror and think, I have a beautiful body. Your brain right now is wired to think, my body doesn't look like this person's, so therefore it is not beautiful. And it's not beautiful because I think this other person's body is beautiful. So what you really need to do here and learn to do is shift your perspective. Start to love all body types. And that's going to help you so much in loving yours. And I didn't do that growing up, clearly, but I realized this recently of thinking like my perspective over the years naturally shifted. And now the bodies that I think, oh my God, are not the bodies that I thought, oh my God, like a few years ago, Now, obviously, I have like the maturity and the knowledge and I've gone through a lot of things to see every single body type and think everybody looks hot and everybody looks beautiful in their own way. But I'm not comparing myself to any. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and thinking my body type is as beautiful as this girl's over here and that girl's over there. And that would have helped me a lot growing up. It didn't, but I realized that recently, and I wanted to share that with you. That perspective is key in the way that you appreciate others' bodies. Therefore, when you're comparing yourself to others' bodies, it's going to affect the way you feel about yourself. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys for this week's episode. I hope that helped anybody who's struggling with body image in general, especially those girls who, like I, once upon a time, struggled with not just body image, but also body image driven by that comparison aspect. And I think this message, you can apply it to like other things in life, you know, like maybe you admire that girl's wardrobe, you admire that girl's other things, you know, it's because you haven't shifted your perspective to admire everybody's around you, and then realize that you also fit in those things that you admire. But obviously this week's episode was about handle with care and body image, and I realized it recently when it came to body image, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. But that's it. That was this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helped, or maybe you related to it. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.